Hi, I'm Max Miller,
I'm Emma Saunders.
and we're the TransAtlantic Gamers.
So, Miller, tell us what we're talking.
Today we're talking E3 impressions. We've been watching through all the press conferences, watching all the trailers, keeping up to date with it as much as we can. And we're just going to give us our thoughts, hopes and dreams, things that we didn't like, everything really.
So, where should we start?
EA was first, right? The first press conference?
EA,
Yep.
sounds good to me. So, we had Titanfall 2.
Yeah, that was, I thought, super impressive. The first game, it was a lot of fun. It was multiplayer only. And, you know, everyone seemed to love it at first and then forget about it a couple months later. I think...
No, that's because it was lacking a little bit. You know, you had very few weapons to choose from. So, for me, there was, like, minimal choice. There wasn't really that much customization. I really wanted more guns. I wanted to be able to unlock, like, way more stuff, you know? I felt like I was progressing almost for, like, no reason.
Yeah, exactly. And it seems like with the sequel, they've really taken that to the next level. There's the grappling hook thing, there's the swords, there's a single-player campaign. That's the big thing. So it seems like they heard all the complaints, they realized we have such a cool world, let's do something with it.
They've also mentioned more customization, which I'm really happy about as well. So I'm hoping more weapons, you know. Maybe just like putting red dots on them, like getting sights, different scopes, that would be really cool. So yeah, I'm expecting big things.
And it's multi-platform this time, so as a PS4 player, I'm happy to finally be able to get my hands on it.
Madden 17. I'm British, okay, so for me, I don't really know many people that care about American football, so I'm not really sure if this is like our thing. So I'm going to let you take that away there. It looked good, for sure.
You know, it just looks like another very solid sports game with very good graphics, and I'm sure football fans will love it as they love every single one every single year.
They're going on about EA Originals now, so ever since they did the like Unravel game, did you see much of that?
Of Unravel? Yeah, that's a cool game.
So since they've done that, they've like now started basically doing their EA indie game type thing. They're calling it EA Originals. They've got a game called Fe, F-E, I believe. It's a Swedish game. I really love the concept. It's basically about our relationship with nature, and they haven't really said much more than that. It looks visually really cool. Apparently you communicate through like music, and the bad guys are like silent. So the silent people come in to, I don't know what they're doing. It's very like, they haven't said much at all, but I mean it looks really fun. So yeah, I definitely want to find out more about this and see what's going on there. What else? They had Battlefield 1. We ended on Battlefield 1. Then they had like an hour-long gameplay trailer thing, so like you got to watch somebody play the game live for an hour. It looks good. Yeah. I'm actually like for the first time kind of excited about a Battlefield game. I've always been like pretty solid on COD, like I'm not going to move to anything else. But I really love that they're doing it in like the World War now, so that's quite cool. We're going back in time instead of like progressing forward into new wars, you know?
Yeah, it seems like that's dividing the players as, you know, Call of Duty obviously going far into the future and Battlefield taking it back to the old school.
Yeah, exactly. How COD originally started, you know? So it looks good. It does look really nice. Really polished. They've got like horses and you're like flying planes and stuff. It looks like the transportation is great. So yeah, lots of options.
Get from point A to point B and then shoot some people.
Pretty much, yeah. Ubisoft. What are you saying, Miller?
Yeah, Ubisoft was good. The intro was a bit strange. I wasn't expecting to see, you know, dancing giraffes and elephants and giant guitars, and it was entertaining. Yeah, I felt like I was watching a Katy Perry concert or something. it almost seemed like part of the joke because like halfway through the guitar solo, Aisha Tyler just kind of like walked out and then the song just abruptly stopped, and I think maybe I couldn't tell if that was like a joke or just like an awkward transition, but she was very funny as a host.
I did actually quite like the fact that they got a host, that they did that, and I did like her because obviously she's not going to forget her lines, she's not going to be awkward or uncomfortable. It has like a consistency throughout. I sort of like how they did the interview processes. It was easy to watch, definitely. Like, it didn't get boring. Nintendo.
We can start with Ghost Recon. Looks good. Looks like wannabe Metal Gear Solid 5, maybe, without the weirdness and with a bit more serious, but I'm down.
Yeah. I mean, I really like it. Graphically, it was very pleasing. I mean, Tom Clancy games always are. They always look great. It would definitely be fun. There's no doubt about that. I really like the concept that you're in Bolivia. It's kind of like a narco state. It's all like cartel run. So I think the whole game is like based there. So that makes for really beautiful scenery. You won't be disappointed there. I'd definitely play this game. It looks good. And there's a lot of vehicle usage, which I noticed, which you don't often really see, the people riding around on motorbikes.
Yeah, the motorbikes looked really... I was sort of with it, and then when the motorbikes came on, I was like, okay, like, that looks really fun. I'd like to drive around on that.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
The demo itself I thought was a bit stale with the kind of pre-scripted voices that they're, oh, I'm going to go over here now. Oh, yeah, look at that.
I hate that stuff. They always do that with Tom Clancy game demos. They always have the scripted thing, and I lose attention, you know? It sounds like they're actually supposed to be in-game, but they're not in-game. They're supposed to be sat around. It's just not real. It's just too bad. I think it's coming out on March 7th. So, yeah, we've got a little while to wait, but should be good. What's up next, Miller? Your favourite?
Up next, they brought out some very special guests, Trey Parker and Matt Stone. I think the two funniest and two of the most creative people alive today. They were hilarious, just sitting on the couch, acting like, you know, like, how's the game? Oh, yeah, I don't know. What do you think? Yeah, I don't know. But then, you know, they showed clips, and I felt immediately like I was watching the show again. I was watching South Park, and I like the shift to superheroes and kind of poking fun at the Marvel universe.
I love that, yeah.
All the jokes landed. It was super funny. And the improvements to the gameplay, a lot of people criticized in the first one that it was a little simplistic, but they kind of added like a tactical element, like Final Fantasy Tactics or like Fire Emblem, sort of. So I thought that was looks like a fun next step that I think will be really cool to play.
Yeah, no, I'm really happy about this. Really happy. I was one of those people in the first game that although I loved it, it was great, you know, the story was good. There were things that I was disappointed about, you know, once the game was over, you couldn't go and get the collectibles. There was, you know, I felt like it was a little bit short, and the fighting, the combat, you know, it was limited. So obviously there's way more options there. I noticed that in combat you can actually move around from sort of like square to square. So that looks pretty cool. I like that. And yeah, I love that there's actual, like, you can choose between loads of superheroes who you want to be, so you build your character just a little bit more. It looks really good. Yeah, I'm excited about that game. And when is it coming out? It's really soon, right? 6th of December. Whack that on your list to Father Christmas.
Yeah, hopefully there's not a year's worth of delays last time. I pre-ordered Stick of Truth about a year before it finally actually came out, but hopefully they figured that one out this time around. I also should note, you know, if anyone hasn't played the Stick of Truth, if you do pre-order the new one, South Park: The Fractured But Whole, you get Stick of Truth for free. So hop on that.
That's really cool.
It's worth it.
So if you haven't played it, you have to do that for sure, because it's totally worth it.
Yeah, 100%.
Eagle Flight VR, did you see much of this?
Yeah, I thought it was an interesting twist to kind of let you be an animal in VR. I don't think we've seen a lot of that, where you can have these kind of alternate perspectives of like flying with, like, you look to your left and there's a wing, you know, that's ought to be kind of trippy. So I'm excited to see what that's about. Really, any VR, I'm just very excited for. I think it actually is the next kind of generation of games, and I think it could really move things to the next level.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, that's the thing. Until the novelty of like VR wears off, you know, until it sort of becomes just normal, anything in VR is going to be cool. So, flying an eagle, can't go wrong. For Honor, what you saying, Miller?
I like the kind of combat system. It looks like it's a bit of like a rock, paper, scissors sort of thing where, you know, you push one direction and then the other player will push a direction, and if it's the same one, then you hit. If it's the same one, then they block. If it's a different one, then you miss or they hit or something. It seems like a different kind of fight system.
Like there's lots of new sort of fighting combos, weapon progression, all that kind of stuff, then it would be a good game. Otherwise, I fear with games like that always that they're going to become like tedious quickly, you know?
Sure. Grow Home 2, that was an interesting sequel. I have the first one. It's fun. I always thought the controls were a bit clunky. Like it's you know, you control each hand, so to climb something, it's like you press one button, then you press like R1, L1, R1, L1. It's a cute game. It's a cute concept.
Yeah, it looks like styly. It looks really nice.
Yeah. I wonder if you know it's a very simple game. I wonder if they're trying to, you know, make it a little overcomplicated by having a sequel. That's a game that I wouldn't have expected a sequel to, but if they're making it, they must have a good idea. So I'm excited. I think it'll be cool.
Trials of the Blood Dragon. So this is actually out now. So straight after the conference, this game came out. You can go buy it. There's mixed reviews that I've seen out and about. There's some good ones. There's some really bad ones.
It was a great reveal. I loved the guys coming out in the tracksuits and like kind of like hopping all around and like being really, really hyped, and like just how silly the trailer was, and the like kind of old school vibe and the 90s, like the action figures. I love that. The whole presentation was great. I don't know about if I'd play the game, but it was definitely, it added some life to the press conference, and in a way that wasn't just that weird dance from the beginning, but it was actually like a funny, engaging moment.
Well, we've had every Trials in this household, so if the reviews get better, you know, if they stay good, then I'm sure we'll get it. But if they stay bad, then I'm not too sure about that one. We'll have to just wait and see. Assassin's Creed the movie.
Fassbender looks good. They have the jump. Everyone wants to see the jump into the haystack. I think it takes place more in the present day. And then he goes back in like the kind of Matrix-y headspace to get to these like past assassinations, which is cool because that's always been my favorite part of the Assassin's Creed games, is the kind of glimpses you get of the present day. But they've never really focused on it. This one, I think, has a bigger focus on what's happening now, and I think that'll be a good enough twist where they might actually have a good video game movie for once.
Okay, we have Watch Dogs 2. This looks good. It looks like they've tweaked all of the things that I feel like they were missing. You know, the doll character from before. It felt like it was lacking in places, you know. The only thing that really set it apart from something like GTA or one of those games was the fact that you could hack. But then once the novelty of that wore off, it quickly became boring and you just felt like you were doing the same thing. And before you had started a mission, you felt like you had already played the mission, you know, like you'd done it all before.
Sure. I think if it focuses more on hacking than shooting, because like everyone has guns in every game, you know, if this is like, you know, you're this master hacker, use it, you know.
Yeah.
Hack.
Yeah. And I like that you've got this drone now, you've got the little remote control vehicle thing, they can go around hacking stuff, it looks pretty good. Your character, he looks more entertaining. Someone that's just a little bit better than, you know, deadpan, wet flannel.
He sounds like he has character, you know, when he says to put on the music and they start playing that funk music. Like, it just seems like a good, it seems like he's not just this, like, bland, like, every protagonist of every video game, you know.
Bethesda.
Okay, Bethesda, I thought, had a great conference. First of all,
there was no way they were going to top last year. Just absolutely no way. I mean, last year's press conference was just boosh, amazing. You had Fallout 4, then they announced Doom. It was, it's just too good. So this one, it's good, but after last year.
Yeah, But I was really into the Dishonored 2. I thought that looked very cool. I never played the first one. Again, though, it seemed nice that if you pre-order Dishonored 2, you get Dishonored 1 for free. So I'm definitely going to be doing that. I love games with choice and kind of creative solutions to, you could just run in and shoot everyone, or you could like domino link everybody and shock one, and then it'll shock the other guys. And like, I don't know, that just seemed like a cool thing. And the time traveling gun, where it's like you can see the past and the present and hop between the two.
I loved that. Yeah, when he had it on his wrist and he was going around, that was so cool. It looks like there's a lot more going on, like bigger stories. The mission that they showed looked really fun. Really good fun. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be getting that game, 100%.
I was also happy to see a Skyrim remaster. I missed it the first time around because it came out during my last year of college, so my choices were either play Skyrim or graduate college. I chose to graduate, but now I have a chance finally to ignore all my friends and family for months and play Skyrim, so I'm very excited about that.
And what a better time to do it. It looks absolutely beautiful. I almost didn't want to watch it because I knew that if I did, I'm guaranteed to just waste hours and hours and hours of my life. And now that I've seen it, I know that that is what I will definitely be doing. So yeah. Lots of new DLC for Fallout.
I never got really into the crafting bit of Fallout, like making the sanctuaries and stuff, but, for people who are super into that kind of customization, it seems like the Contraptions DLC looks very cool. I'm into the build your own vault one. I think that'll be great.
Oh my god, I love that. Like Fallout Shelter, but actually in Fallout.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm super excited about that. Especially, I'm like crazy about customization. I love that stuff. I like doing my own vault. And not just vault, but like obviously my shelter and all that kind of stuff. So I'm really happy about that. Also, Nuka World. To me, this looks like Fallout's Dismaland. I'm looking forward to seeing more about this. Obviously, they really haven't said anything. We don't know like who you're going to be fighting against or who we're seeing in this. But obviously, we know that this is some kind of a amusement park type place for wastelanders.
Yeah.
We have an Elder Scrolls Legends card game.
If you like it, go for it. Apparently it's a reboot. I didn't know about the original, but it was a super exciting trailer. I love the kind of repeating the day over and over again and watching the guy check his eye out in the mirror and his condition gradually worsen. And
I was really into it personally. I thought it looked great. So it's just like an experiment gone wrong. Looks like you're trapped, surrounded by aliens.
Oh, so far so good.
Bethesda VR, they were talking about this. They mentioned it at the Microsoft conference as well, no? Fallout VR.
Yeah.
I think they're putting Fallout 4 onto VR.
That would be very nice.
Yeah. I actually think that the people at E3 actually got to play with it. They got to use this. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
There was actually a guy in the audience. He screamed so loud when they said that he would get to play Fallout VR. Like, honestly, he went insane. And we must note the woman as well, all the way through Elder Scrolls. Oh, wow. Yeah. I think she was putting that poor guy off his speech. That is pretty much it for Bethesda. Good conference, yeah. It was easy to watch, quite nice. Wasn't boring.
Good announcements, good amount of gameplay, good amount of. It was out of the, besides the Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft. I think maybe Bethesda had the most exciting news and was kind of the most succinct. Stay tuned for part 2 where we discuss Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony's conferences. And make sure you subscribe so that you'll never miss an episode, and comment below to let us know your favorite parts of E3 2016.